Hi, so this is Digital Reflective video number 2. My group and I are working on poverty and its effects on family literature. My group and I have done a lot of research and we've been able to find some really good articles that have provided us with a lot of really good information. So we had a discussion and we all provided an article that we found this week that we found that had a really good information. So the one that I provided was called Literacy Growth for Children in Poverty, and from that my group members and I discussed that some important points to remember from my article was how poverty in families can be caused by a lot of different factors, like single family households, absent fathers, and incarcerated parents. This is something that we find is super important to keep in mind as teachers, because we can run into these type of situations and we always need to be open-minded and be empathetic. We also in my article spoke about how built-in relationships with families in poverty is very important to their literacy development. So this way I think that we discussed how building relationships with them is very important. We need to help them as much as possible because they need the most help. We need to provide more resources for them. We need to always reach out for them to make sure that their child is succeeding and that we can help them help their child succeed. Another of my group members brought an article that brought an insight to how family literacy is in Philippines. So we found that in the Philippines, they don't see poverty as a deterrent to the development of their family literacy. There was a study and they felt like each of their families, whatever their socioeconomic was, they all did their best to maximize their child's literacy development in their household. Another one of my group members also spoke about, their article brought an insight to literacy in Uganda. And they found that Uganda thinks that if poverty was reduced and parents' education and literacy levels were increased, the gap between illiterate and literate parents could be narrowed. My group members and I can all agree that children need to have print-rich environments as well as strong oral language developments. And this can be hard for families in poverty. So as teachers, I feel like we need to, these families lack the materials and resources. So I feel like as teachers, we need to be able to provide that to close that gap for these families and, give them insight to any programs that might help them.